In the vast literary tapestry woven by author Chen Dong, three worlds stand as cornerstones of his multiverse: Perfect World, The Great Ruler, and Sacred Ruins. These three stories are deeply intertwined, each contributing to a magnificent fantasy structure full of imagination, philosophical reflection, and boundless depth. Among them, Perfect World introduces a protagonist whose legend has captivated countless fans: Emperor Shi Hao of the Desolate Sky. His journey, the profound concept of reflecting the heavens, and the cosmic dance between reincarnation and destiny are topics that have ignited ongoing debate among readers. Let's begin with Shi Hao himself. Known throughout the world as Emperor Huang Tian, he stands as perhaps the most invincible existence in Chen Dong's entire literary universe. His story is not just one of cultivation and combat, it is a fierce defiance against the constraints of destiny, a rebellion against the will of the heavens themselves. From a humble beginning in Shoshi village, Shi Hao was born into a world fraught with hardship, but with unmatched determination, formidable willpower, and an almost monstrous talent. He shattered boundary after boundary and rose like a divine flame through the tears of cultivation. When he was only 10.5 years old, the Butian Pavilion, a prominent sacred ground, was destroyed. Most would have perished or given up. But Shi Hao did the unthinkable. He broke through the 9th level of the Cave Heaven realm, a feat that left even the oldest cultivators in disbelief. By the age of 20, he ascended to the realm of the gods and carved out his own unprecedented path. In doing so, he became the youngest god in recorded history. His fighting style is as dazzling as his rise. Shi Hao is a fusion of countless divine arts and ancient techniques, constantly evolving with every battle he faces. No matter how perilous the challenge or how powerful the enemy, he always manages to stay composed. With keen intellect and overwhelming force, he repeatedly flips the tide of battle, safeguarding the 9 heavens and 10 earths from annihilation. Eventually, his journey led him into the darkest reaches of the world, into the shadowed lands few dare to tread. There, he slew the corpse emperor, wielded his sword to sever eternity, and chose to sit alone in a bronze coffin, back turned to all beings, watching over the origin of darkness. In doing so, Shi Hao became a guardian beyond the confines of time, the ultimate protector of all existence. Now we arrive at a concept that transcends even his godlike battles: reflecting the heavens. In the mythos of Chen Dong's universe, this is not just a technique or cultivation level. It's a metaphysical milestone. To reflect the heavens is to mirror and influence all of existence. The term may seem poetic, but its meaning is profound. It implies that a being's will, power, and existence are so immense that they reverberate across the universe, transcending time, dimensions, and even reincarnation itself. Shi Hao ultimately attains this state in Sacred Ruins, where he saves all living beings. This feat confirms that his strength has evolved far beyond traditional cultivation. He no longer merely harnesses power, he now alters fate, warps destiny, and governs the cycle of life and death through sheer will alone. At this level, he doesn't obey the rules of the universe, he rewrites them. His presence can project across different worlds, influence major events, and bring salvation without relying on any external system. It is the ultimate manifestation of individual agency over universal law. This leads us into the philosophical divide between reflecting the heavens and reincarnation. In typical Eastern fantasy, reincarnation is seen as the endless cycle of life and death, guided by the karma of past lives, a passive law of nature. But in Perfect World and its sister series, reincarnation becomes a point of contention. While the concept is acknowledged, the three main protagonists, including Shi Hao, all reject the notion of surrendering to it. They don't believe in leaving their fates to some unseen force. They choose strength, they choose control. The distinction is clear. Reincarnation is the universe's attempt to preserve order through cause and effect. But reflecting the heavens is rebellion, the transcendence of that cycle. Emperor Huang Tian didn't rescue all life by appealing to the law of samsara. He didn't wait for destiny to take its course. He forced the universe to listen. With the strength of his own soul, he broke the laws of life and death, destroyed the barriers of reality, and imposed his will across existence. This is the core of his power. Not obedience to the cosmic wheel, but the courage to step outside it entirely. This brings us to one final question. Is perfect world itself real within the story? Or is it simply a reflection, a grand illusion? That question continues to stir endless discussion among fans. On one hand, the events in Perfect World follow logical progression, characters develop naturally, and cause and effect are deeply embedded. On that level, it feels grounded and real. Yet when seen from the perspective of Chen Dong's entire multiverse, Perfect World becomes something more, a fragment of a larger mirror reflecting and influencing the worlds of the great ruler and sacred ruins. The boundaries between fiction and reality begin to blur. Emperor Huang Tian's battles didn't just reshape Perfect World, his actions echoed through every layer of Chen Dong's creation. They impacted countless realms, some known, others unseen. His growth is not isolated to a single plane of existence. It ripples through the Zhutian world and the sacred ruins, making his journey not only central to Perfect World, but critical to the fate of the entire universe. In this sense, Perfect World becomes both real and illusory. Real in its logic, its consequences, and its emotional depth, yet illusory in that it serves as a part of something far grander. Every event is both a piece of its own narrative and a reflection of countless others. That complexity, the interplay of personal power, universal law, reflection, and reincarnation, is what elevates Perfect World beyond ordinary fantasy. And so, as readers and fans, we marvel at the legend of Shi Hao. We reflect on his choices, his power, and his lonely sacrifice. Whether his world is a reflection or reality, one truth remains certain. Emperor Huang Tian's legacy has transcended his own story. He has reflected the heavens, and in doing so, he has become eternal. And that wraps up today's deep dive into Perfect World and the extraordinary legacy of Emperor Huang Tian. Whether you see his journey as a reflection or reality, one thing is undeniable. Shi Hao's defiance of destiny and ultimate transcendence have left an indelible mark on all of Chen Dong's universe. If you enjoyed this exploration and want more breakdowns like this across the great ruler, sacred ruins, and beyond, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that reshapes the heavens. Until next time, keep questioning fate, keep reflecting the heavens, and keep the fire of cultivation burning. See you in the next one.